WNBA Rookie of the Year, Caitlin Clark, will look to extend the Fever season one more game. Play has been physical for Clark, who was 4 for 17 and had only 11 points as Indiana lost game 1. Here is Clark and what she had to say about facing elimination tonight.
I don't think it really changes it that much. Obviously, it's a must-win. It's, either win and go back and play at your place or just go home. So I think for us, you approach it the same way. Every single game in the playoffs matters just as much as it does, in the regular season. At least that's how I approach it. Every game means a lot. So, come out with the same intensity. I think just, leave it all out there. There's 40 minutes. That's all we're guaranteed, 40 minutes. So you have to leave it all out there.
It was noticeable that the Sun often used 6'4" DeWanna Bonner to slow down Clark in game 1, and it worked as she scored just 5 points on 2 of 9 shooting, with Bonner as her primary defender. With more on Clark facing the Sun, here's our countdown crew.
Welcome into our WNBA Countdown Studios. LaChina Robinson alongside Andrea Carter and Carolyn Peck, and we have 2 huge game 2s tonight, 2 WNBA teams facing elimination. Let's start with game 1, and that will be between the Indiana Fever, the Connecticut Sun. Fever down 0-1. It was a dominant performance by the Connecticut Sun, scoring 93 points, winning by 24. What has to happen for the Indiana Fever to avoid elimination, Carolyn?
Well, I think, first of all, Indiana has to find DeWanna Bonner from the beginning of the game, because when Bonner gets going, then she's going to have a hot night. She had 22 points in game 1. Yep. Number 2, you've got to find a way to get Caitlin Clark shots and not with her dribbling the basketball. So if I'm Christy Sides, what I'm doing is I am sending Caitlin Clark away from the ball and then let her come back to the ball with away screens to give her time to get her shot.
Another thing, I want to give credit to Aaliyah Boston, because in her playoff debut for Indiana, 17 points, 11 rebounds, but she has to have some help. You talk about getting Caitlin Clark shots off the ball, but also Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell had 21 points, but she was 2 of 10 from beyond the arc. Caitlin, 2 of 13 from beyond the arc. So can Indiana find a way to knock down threes in an efficient manner? Because we know Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell are able to knock down threes. And who does Connecticut have on the other side that they acquired at the trade deadline? Marina Mabrey, who came in and hit 5 threes, had 27 points. Indiana's got to find a way to compete scoring-wise with Connecticut.
Well, with Marina Mabrey coming off the bench with those 27 points, remember Ty Harris got hurt in game 1. If she's not able to play in game 2, the reserves for Connecticut, that bench got a little bit shorter.
Yeah, so many storylines to watch. I go back to that three-point shooting, though. I mean, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell combined for 4 of 23 from three-point land. So we will see if the Indiana Fever, the young Indiana Fever, can stay in the playoffs. Second game of the doubleheader between the Phoenix Mercury and the Minnesota Lynx. Game 1, Mercury looked like they were out of it. They were down big, and they did make a push late, but it was Minnesota that got that win at the end of the day. Andrea, I feel like you have something that you took away from that victory.
Well, I'm sad I only have a highlighter, but this says Collier.
So, look, I'm going to be completely honest with you, right? When we look at this team right here, we look at the Indiana Fever and we look what they did. A lot of these analysts want Caitlin Clark to run off the ball to try to free up some space. I think she had enough space. I just don't think she was making her shots. I think the team, I'm not going to say they played the best basketball that I've seen the Fever play. They were a lot more stagnant than usual. Aaliyah Boston had a decent game, but a lot of these analysts want Aaliyah Boston to pretty much run the high pick, run Caitlin off ball, and kind of get her loose and try to get her shot off that way. I mean, I could see where they're going, but at the same time, playing off ball is just, it hasn't been something the Fever have been successful with. I think the Fever were successful with Caitlin Clark having the ball in her hands, running a fast-paced offense, dishing, assisting, and then also getting her buckets. What's going to happen is everybody needs to start firing on a high cylinder, and that's going to open up the passing game. That's going to open up the 3-ball game, and Caitlin Clark has to be aggressive. I don't want to see a decline in shots. I want Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark to combine for 40-plus shots tonight. And then AB, I want her to shoot at least 12 shots tonight. At least. Lexi Hall, I need you to keep being involved, but I need you to stay composed defensively, because these refs, for some reason, have some type of whistle for Lexi Hall, these over-the-back calls. It's like, bro, you see she's out there hustling. Come on, man, relax. It's the playoffs. You guys aren't calling everything, clearly. So we'll see, man. I mean, Caitlin Clark, I don't expect her to shoot like that. Again, 4 for 17. I don't expect Kelsey Mitchell to shoot like that. I don't expect them to combine for 4 or 5 for 23 behind the arc. I don't expect that. I expect a fast-paced game, and I honestly don't expect Mabry to go for 27 again off the bench. She probably will start tonight. You know, they cannot leave these shooters wide open. There's too many defensive breakdowns. Their whole goal is to hold the opposing team to under 84 points. They weren't able to do that, and they weren't able to shoot with them. So, yeah, you could say DeWanna Bonner, you know, she had some type of effect on Caitlin Clark. Probably something different for her, different length, you know, different style of play. She's probably used to Carrington. They probably didn't do film on Bonner to guard Caitlin Clark. So they might do something opposite today. We'll just see. It might be a chess move. Okay? So as far as today's game goes, this is going to be a highly, highly, highly viewed game. It's at 4:30. A lot of people are going to be tuned in. And yeah, I'm excited. I think they can pull it off. Let me know what you guys think. I think defensively, like I said, leave the perimeters, right? You have to stay with your man, and you cannot keep leaving your guy to go double team, is what I meant to say. Stop double teaming so much. Keep our eyes on our man because there's so many leak outs for 3 balls. I won't want to see that today. I want to see stay with your man. Trust your man that they could go one-on-one because we're getting burnt with way too many 3 balls. Trust me. So I'll catch you guys on the next video. It's your boy, CEO Kana. Welcome to the channel, man. Sub up to Game Day. I'm out of here.